Afternoon and welcome once again to Gaming Under the Influence. I'm Mike here with Alex, coming to you from GreenDragonCVR in Woodbridge, Ontario to talk about video games.
We have video games for sure.
Been a couple of weeks, I'm happy to be back.
Oh yeah.
And I'm happy to talk about this subject too. I'm quite anticipating this game, and seems like a lot of people on the internet aren't. It's turning into a trend lately.
Yeah, it's been a trend for a while now. The internet hate brigade is everywhere, everything. It's
us loving what the internet brigade hates too, apparently.
Yeah, right? With the Forspoken, we were totally fucking on the other side of that, but Forspoken is a great game, so I don't give a fuck.
Here we are again, before the thing has even come out, finding ourselves on the side of the people making the thing instead of the people who want to play it. But
yeah, what game is it this time, Mike?
Final Fantasy XVI. And the controversy surrounding it so far, to just get straight to the point, boils down to this. People are upset that it's departing from previously established genre conventions, you know, of the Final Fantasy as such as it is even a series, right?
I almost feel like that's just the natural course for every Final Fantasy release.
That's why I was saying, that's why I said such as it is, like what established genre
it's like
conventions
every time,
anyways,
Final Fantasy, this one's going to be different from the last. Yeah, that's like saying the sky is blue, dude. Like, really?
The last...
They're always
real conventional
different.
one was when I was 12 years old, bro, to be honest. Like,
yeah, straight up, it's been a long time. If you think about it, like, after 10, I think they started ditching turn-based. I mean, 13 was...
Not quite turn-based. If you don't fucking act in the game, like, the battles keep going, you'll just lose, right?
Yeah, it's sort
not
of...
turn-based. It's
like kind of like the
stationary battles.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we've gone over all that before.
Yeah, we have.
It's like middle ground between...
It started to evolve from there, and it hasn't been the same ever since, basically, right?
Yeah. In some ways, even 13, like, inched it back towards... you know, traditional JRPG turn-based combat from where 12 had taken it.
Yeah.
Right? Because you could move around in 12. 12 was not...
Oh, that's right. 12. I forgot about 12.
Yeah, you can move around, queue up attacks and stuff like that. But
then 13 dialed back a little bit, but it always sort of had been evolving in some way. Even like, I think there were certain things in 10 that...
Yeah, they had the ETB gauge, and you could shift the characters' orders in the game.
Yeah, that's
like
right.
That.
Yeah, so like they've always messed with things. They've always manipulated their combat systems, whether it be turn-based or something in between.
No, for sure.
Or full-on action, and then even recently with 7 Remake, where it's like full-on action with a little bit of turn-based. It's a beautiful middle ground. I love it. I think it's fantastic.
It's good, yeah. But essentially, I guess if I'm not mistaken, your point is that there's never really been established genre convention, so it's silly to get mad that they're departing from them, right?
Like, yeah, like even aside from the gameplay aspect, I feel like a new entry in Final Fantasy is always like the whole emphasis on it is it being different, right? Whether it's gameplay, the story, world, character, the whole fucking thing, basically, right? So
yeah, 100%.
That's why I feel like these articles probably crop up every time.
No, that's a good point. Before we even get into the fact that it's departed from genre conventions, it's important to recognize that there's probably no pre-established genre conventions anyways in the case of the series we're talking about, so that's kind of a moot complaint. But I think what people probably mean, though, is they have this idea in their head of Final Fantasy as a turn-based JRPG.
Yeah, classic
turn-based JRPG with parties and, you know, that kind of stuff. Character development, certain tone and... style of storytelling and all this, and I think it's especially regarding it not being a JRPG according to the profession of the designer, and it not being a turn-based game that really has the fans, such as they are, in a rut, you know?
Yeah.
That's where, in their minds, it departs from the pre-established genre conventions, even though I agree with you, there aren't any really, right? Like, things always fucking transitioning in every iteration, but you know, supposing this is the case, okay? Supposing it is departing from pre-established Final Fantasy conventions, is this, would you say, necessarily a problem? What's wrong with this? You know?
I mean, the only problem I can see with it would be something subjective, right? If like you personally don't like it, but aside from that, if that's
true.
You know, not the case, then
you don't like it, like it's not suited. It's like a taste unsuited to your palate. Fair enough, right? Like, but I mean, in terms of the game itself. In terms of, like, you know, taking for granted all this fucking shit, we always discuss that games, what they are, man, is, you know, just like a fucking movie or a book. They're an expressive medium.
Yeah.
You do play the game. It's an interactive medium of expression. Like, your performance of the content is necessary to seeing that content. It's unlike a movie. You can't just sit there and watch passively.
Exactly.
But nonetheless, there is representation going on. And therefore, it's the representation that everything is for, man. You know? Why is any representation in theory or in principle ever locked down to one or another vehicles of representation.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Why
make
does it
sense.
have to be a game like this and not a game like that, right? And that being the case, I'm talking about anything you've already played or thought of. Like, in principle, its designers could have made it elsewise, just like the designers of this game in the interview we were talking about there said, well, we always entertained the possibility of making it turn-based. We did consider it, right? Like,
yeah, of course.
Of course, it could have been
ruled out, but
this is just to say the concept can take expression in different genres, just like it could have taken expression in a different medium altogether.
Yeah, it could have been fucking Disco Elysium.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, the concept, or Disco Elysium could have been a JRPG, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, the genre is... and surely there's an argument to be made that some games are suited to this or that genre.
Yeah,
but
of course.
In principle, I'm just trying to say there's no reason why a thing has to be made in a certain genre any more than a book has to be written using certain words and not other words.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's the expression taking place using the gameplay that matters, and therefore, the guy, especially when his expression is something new entirely, there's no fucking principled reason to sit there and say it has to be this or that.
No, of
what
course.
sense does that fucking make? Literally, like, what reason is there for that?
Yeah.
There isn't one,
imposing
right?
your own.
It's just shallow
favor.
preference based on what,
it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
I think even more often than not, it doesn't even reduce to your preference, because probably if people try these things, they don't really have those tastes. I think what they have is artificially contrived identities that are more or less based on consuming the products of capitalism, bro. They're just like, I like this kind of thing. This
I know
is what
you're saying.
consume.
Yeah.
Right? It violates the fucking delineation of their artificial identities within the space of consumption. That's really what they mean. Because there's no fucking reason, objectively, when it comes to games as an expressive medium, Final Fantasy as a thing being expressed with gameplay, that you could possibly say, oh, it has to be this and not that. It doesn't make fucking sense, right?
No, it doesn't.
You don't like it. Well, fucking learn then, you stupid idiot, right? Like, well, it's like being, man, I couldn't read the Odyssey. It's fucking in Greek. I don't speak English. It's fucking obviously garbage. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you, right?
Yeah.
In no way does that make sense.
Yeah,
you're stupid. That's all you're admitting. And you're stupid and lazy. Like, people who don't want to play Dark Souls. I don't know, man. That's how I see it, right? Like, in principle, there's no reason to object to the thing taking expression in new matter. But what we should expect always, though, is that, when you design this game, it's in your fucking concept, you want to express it in gameplay, you should fucking seek to make that gameplay, as best suited to the concept as possible as a designer, and B, you should make the fucking gameplay a good instance of that kind of gameplay, right?
Yeah.
Supposing you choose pre-established conventions to work within, it's your fucking role then, having committed to them, to make sure that they're as good as they can possibly be, right?
Yeah.
That's what you should be concerned with, not that it's not something it's not. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's not sensical criticism.
No, it doesn't make sense, and it's exactly where we land on with the combat designer of this game, who is working within what he has previously actually excelled in, and then
that's
what
right.
he's
exactly
been successful in the past.
Right. Yes.
So why would you want him to go outside of that, right? Unless it was something he wanted to do. Like, I'm sure he knows what's best
he's done,
for the game, right?
But just to support,
and that's exactly what he says is best for the game.
You bring this up at an opportune time, because like the point then is fucking, with the involvement of this guy Ryota Suzuki, who's fucking designed all of these high profile action games for Capcom before. Yeah. The point is that we fucking know that the gameplay, which is the expressive medium for Final Fantasy, is being handled by people competent in that kind of expression.
With a pedigree, know what they're doing, someone you would trust, kind of thing.
It's just to say, if it's important then not that it's something different, but that it's a good instance of what it is, then we have reason to believe it will be that. So again, what reason do you have to say no?
Yeah.
You just hate things that are different, right? Like, it's. I
mean, I to some degree think some of the push too is, just the general game industry media going. It ebbs and flows between hating really anything at any given point of the day. It's just like whatever will generate some clicks, right? I don't know if there's any legitimate concern there. I'm sure somewhere there is, but
I see where people would be coming from with this idea that the designer there, Yoshi P, people call him, I don't really, Yoshida, I think is his name is. He did 14, so I'm not really familiar with it. I don't play the MMOs, but he said that people are not into playing turn-based games anymore, and they need this game, which has $100 million budget, to be played by as many people as possible. Right, so they're making it in a genre other than a turn-based.
Which is funny, because that's typically something like we would disagree with and say,
that's
fuck what the market wants or whatever.
That's
but,
exactly that. That is disagreeable, right? But the guy literally goes on to say in the same thing. Like, of course, at the same time, like, man, when you're expressing something at all, you're already making a concession to the fact that people have to fucking engage with it, right? Like if you want it to be exactly what it is, then you have to keep it in your head, right?
Yeah, no, that's true.
Putting flesh around it is already, so I don't think in and of itself saying I need people to read what I write is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's bad if you're doing that at the fucking expense of the integrity of your work.
Exactly.
And the important thing is here,
it doesn't
this guy
seem to be
says,
the
like,
case here.
He says, look, we went over the fucking choices we could have made.
Yeah.
We did this one because it's the best for the concept, right? Like the idea of our character sitting there, he says, standing all angry and looking at his opponent, waiting to attack. It's a silly sight.
They said the same thing about 7 Remake. That they were designing these high quality character models that were just going to stand there. I get that. To some degree, I mean, I still like turn-based games, so it can be overlooked. But at the same time, it was their calculated decision that they felt would be the best for this product,
that's exactly
this
the point,
game, this whatever.
If the ratio, the logic of that choice is to serve the game, the goodness of the final work, then that's what matters, right? So again, at every step, what I'm trying to articulate is, it seems like what we're looking at is people who made determinate choices for the good of their fucking concept, right? So the fact that they're different from something that's not even the same, some other what is even the relation to other Final Fantasy games? With the branding, bro, actually.
It's just funny because, like I was saying before, it's like goes against what Final Fantasy actually is anyway, and it seems like the first sequel came at number 10? Like they never do that shit. It's always they're always a new thing, right?
Yeah, so I do understand, but
yeah, so like to some degree, yes, I understand that you're following the conventions that as you've seen them sort of they've kind of slowly evolved, and then when things got to 10 and then past the turn-based started to evolve and become more real-time action and things took off. I guess I could see like people's kind of nostalgia and their predisposition of the shit they liked before kind of bugging them about the new stuff, but at the end of the day it is what it is, right?
At the end of the day, all these things are
things change, and
they're not factors that have to do with the quality of the idea as it's expressed in gameplay, right? You're saying something about how it relates to you and your taste, maybe. But even then, it just sounds like if we translated those opinions into any other sector of human knowledge or action, you would just sound like an idiot or a bigot, right?
Yeah.
I don't like this thing because it's not what I like. Why? Well, I don't like it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Sorry, you didn't win out this time, but
yeah.
I mean, what do you make of the party system there, I guess, then? Because that's like another complaint that like every Final Fantasy has parties.
I don't care.
I mean, it might even. Do we know that there's
honestly, I don't know, and I don't care. Who cares?
Just don't care, yeah.
What does it matter?
Enough. Yeah.
What does it matter? What are you trying to say? Like, what the fuck? I don't get it. So what? What am I supposed to feel when you say that to me? What's going on there?
No party members in Final Fantasy. Okay.
I don't understand,
Well, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see when the game comes out, but I'm still looking pretty fucking forward to it. So that's a given. I might take the day off, honestly.
That's my take on all of this, and
I agree.
I think there's probably some intuitive purchase that most people would agree with most of that intuitively. I think, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with something being different just because it's different, and there's nothing good about something being the same just because it's the same, right? There's no reason it has to be the same just because it was that way before, on and on and on, making these seemingly self-evident conclusions. But yet it's this massive talking point that, Final
Fantasy's changing. Yeah, it always has been, but anyway.
And on top of that, people were complaining a while ago that the Japanese guy making this game is a white supremacist because there's no somebody or another in this fictional place that he invented because he wants it to be a coherent place, unlike modern Western societies, incidentally. Oh, boy.
Strange things, man. Complain about the weirdest things in the game industry.
Imagine complaining that a state of human social organization that literally only prevailed in a tiny corner of the earth for like 30 or 40 years, that not representing something that way and instead representing it according to how most people on earth live and have lived, that's messed up. And you're not wrong. That's wrong. Bizarre.
Yeah,
and somehow you're not racist. They are, right? Like, you know what I mean? It's truly nuts. It just leads me to believe that the unreasonability of all of these things, of complaining that, that it's not a JRPG or it's not turn-based or it has no party or there's no whatever kind of demographic represented in the fictional cityscape. Like, all of these complaints They're even less sensical than the ones we've seen directed at other games that were shit-bombed on the basis of these criticisms,
they're
right?
really like, it's almost as if the game looks so good that they really got to dig deep and find something. Like, I don't know,
Just like people hate non-Western culture.
Hating on Sony because they don't have Day One Game Pass.
They hate design conventions.
Yeah.
That, both in terms of like the conceptual and gameplay elements that don't suit their preferences, their Western palette, right?
Yeah.
And its view of reality and how things should be. So, I don't know. It strikes me as that way. Same as with Forspoken. People dislike the otherness of the thing, right?
Yeah, I heard that in Japan it had better reception. Yeah. I don't know if that's true or not, but I had read something like that.
It's interesting how character action games are not really a Western genre, eh? It's a Japanese genre.
Yeah, I guess.
Think about that, eh?
I mean, there's probably some, but they're...
Even the fighting games that inspired character.
Like, what about like stuff like Lords of the Fallen or Darksiders or any of those? Like
Lords of the Fallen.
I don't even know if they're Western games in their mind.
Like it is Western, but it's a Souls-like. Okay. Whereas Darksiders went from being a like Zelda-style action game to a Zelda-style looter action game to a Souls-like.
Yeah. I remember that now.
Yeah, they were never a character action game, really, though. Character action games usually defined by the fact that there's a lot of combos, like in a fighting game, and that high skill ceiling but low skill.
Yeah, they usually have the combat systems that like give you like a rating as you're fighting.
Think
That's
like
fucking
like Bayonetta, Devil May Cry.
Yeah, Bayonetta, DMC.
It's kind of God of War was kind of like that, actually.
Yeah, God of War actually.
The original ones, not anymore.
Not anymore. The good ones.
Now, even charitably put, it's not even to insult it. Although, of course, I like to insult this game. I hate it, but it's more of a Souls-like, or it tries to be, anyways. It's not a character action game, right? Not at all.
It's like an imitation Souls-like. That's kind of more mainstream, which is funny because Elden Ring was practically mainstream.
You know what's cool? Neo
Weird, eh?
and the Team Ninja fucking Souls-like games do incorporate character action elements, though, with like the complicated combos. And all that shit.
That's why those games are so dense.
They're so
like,
Japanese.
Oh my god, yeah.
So intensely Japanese. Great stuff, but I don't know, I'm looking forward to Final Fantasy 16 for all these reasons. I would love to play a game with fictional and aesthetic elements of a Final Fantasy, all of the tropes of a Final Fantasy expressed in the character action format, which I do enjoy, and I haven't played a good one in a while.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that.
Excited to see how it turns out.
Probably the last one I really enjoyed was Astral Chain. It was a while ago. Fuck.
Yeah, Astral Chain. I didn't even play much of that. I played DMC 5, quite a bit of that. And
it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, fine.
I like DMC, but I haven't finished DMC 5.
Yeah, I didn't finish it either.
I liked Astral Chain a lot, though. I like Platinum games a lot.
Yeah,
I'd like to play Bayonetta 3. Fuck, too.
Oh my god, I haven't even unwrapped mine.
Yeah. I guess that's it for today. Thank you guys very much for listening, and we're looking forward to playing Final Fantasy 16. Hope you are too.